awesome job. So get started.
Right.
We hope you might take that back afterwards. You're like, sorry, this was so bad.
No worries. Check. Okay. We're good. We're on. Hey, what's up, everyone? Usually what we like to do, I have a podcast. We have a podcast together, and so with every podcast episode, I usually start off with, hey, everyone, my name is Andrew Bustos with the BUSTOSTRAINING podcast. I'm here. I'm your host, and I'm glad that you guys are here with me. It's so great to see all your fantastic, smiling, happy faces. So let's get this started. We're going to punch it up, guys. I'm Andrew, this is Kate, and we are BUSTOSTRAINING. If you get a chance, I want you guys, if you have Instagram, if you have Facebook, follow us. We put out a lot of content. We have workouts, we have nutrition, we have it all, right, babe? We got it all.
We got it all.
Everything
Yes.
to help you.
Yeah.
And I also got a chance to look around at all the food. You guys made some good choices today.
Yes. Yeah. Was anyone a little more self-aware of what you were getting for lunch today?
Yeah.
To be honest? Okay. Just checking.
So yeah.
But yeah, so we're here. Our topic is 5 steps to lose the fat for good. Now, I would like to say that this starts, we could get up here and talk about calories and macros and keto diet and no carb diet, and you know, there's a million things, but I think for us today, we really want to talk about the heart of really losing weight.
Right.
For good because of the lifestyle that you've chosen to live. So who are we? Andrew kind of touched on that. We are a family of 6. We range, our oldest is going to graduate in May. And then we'll have one starting kindergarten in August.
But he's like 3 in 1. I mean, it really is. He's not just one.
It's true, like these 3 combined, I don't even know if they equal.
No, I mean, he's 3 in 1, I'm just going to say.
Yeah.
He's something else.
But all that to say is we understand busy lives and busy schedules,
Right.
and so we have a lot going on too. So we're very relatable in that way for sure. But that's our little family right there. So a lot of people think we're talking about weight loss. We're going to eat this, and you're going to do this, right? How many people really like that's your thought? When you think about losing weight, it's this and this. And how does that make you feel? Like this.
Bad.
Right? Who wants that? I don't want that. I don't even like doing that, to be quite honest with you.
Mine would be like
Yeah.
some spicy Cheetos or something right there.
Instead of the cake,
instead of
you
the
have
cake,
the
it'd definitely be
spicy
some chips and
Cheetos.
salsa or something like that right there.
Yeah. So luckily this is not what we preach
Right.
at all. I am proud of the salads though that I see
Yeah,
on the
it
table.
looks
Those are
good.
great. They look really good.
We haven't eaten yet, so.
Yes. We're going to start off with the right mindset. I think to lose weight for good, you absolutely have to have the right mindset. And I'm kind of a speaking hog, so.
Oh, no, not at all. Very much. I think the thing is, you have to, if you want to lose weight, if you want to get in control of your nutrition, anything, if you want to make changes, it has to start from here, right? It's got to be here. You got to want it. Nobody else is going to do it for you. I can't do it for her. She can't do it for me. If she starts eating better, right? You start eating better. You got to do it. You're doing it for you,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
I got to do it for me.
Right.
So you have to be in the right mindset.
Yeah.
That's first and foremost for anything.
That's
Anything at all.
anything in your life,
Yeah.
right? So I like to do something called the mirror test. And get a little emotional because that's what losing weight, there's a lot of emotion that goes into this. But I like people to think about when you look in the mirror at yourself, what do you get looking back at you? What are the thoughts that you feel about yourself? What changes do you want to make for yourself? When it's just you in the mirror, my biggest, and I think part of why I love fitness, I love good nutrition, is because I believe that everyone has the right to look in the mirror and appreciate and respect what's looking back at them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why we are such advocates for, it's not about being skinny or this, it's about truly looking at yourself and loving what you see back. And I think that is our mission for individuals, is that. So I really want you to think about those things. And when you are in front of a mirror later today and have some one-on-one time, truly asking yourselves these questions. Do I like what's looking back at me? And if I don't, what can I do to respect the person that I see every day?
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
that's kind of the mirror test, is what I like to call it.
And I think that's, like I said earlier, if you want to make changes, and I've worked, and kind of going back and introducing ourselves, I'm the training manager over at the health club. So I've done that for the last 12 years, but I've also been a trainer for the last 15 years. So I've always wanted to be a trainer. I've always wanted to help people. And I think the big thing, the conversation I always have when people come and talk to me is you have to find your why. Like, why do you want to lose weight? Why do you want to feel better? Why do you want to eat better? Why do you want to work out? All these things, these are questions that I ask them because I want to know. I want to know exactly why do you want to do this. So what is that deep motivation? What can it be? Is it for your kids? What is your why? Is it for your grandkids? Is it to be able to get off the floor, stand up, sit down, those type of things?
Yeah. And sometimes people, I know that a lot of times you say, well, you have to want to do it for yourself, which is true.
Right.
You do have to want to do it for yourself. But I think a lot of times when people are first starting, you need to sometimes have a bigger picture than just me. Because sometimes we're not at the point where we feel like we're really worth it yet. You know, well, me on my own, well, whatever. But when you start to see your child or a grandchild and they look at you and they want to play or they want to do this and that, and you're like, you know, I just can't right now. Maybe that's your why to start.
Yeah.
I want to be better for them. I wanted to be better for these situations. And then as you get started and the ball starts rolling, a lot of times then you realize, wait, I'm feeling better. Now I want to do this for me. You know, so that it kind of changes sometimes. So if you feel like, well, I just don't want to do it for myself, well then find your why.
That definitely helps. You saw our why, big time.
Oh, those four, yeah.
The 5-year-old, he's like, Dad, check out these burpees. Dad, can you do a push-up? Dad, can you jump on that box? Dad, can you? So I better be able to do it one way or another, or he's not going to show me up. That's for sure.
Yeah. And really, are you truly ready? Some people jump, okay, so say it's the new year. Oh, it's January 1st. Well, I'm going to start because everybody else is. But guess what? Why do you think people stop a month and a half in? Were you really ready? Maybe not. Maybe the world says, oh, well, it's January 1. It's time to be ready. Well, you know what? You might not have been ready. And that's why you see people will jump on, but they're really not ready yet to truly go through what it takes to continue the behaviors and to keep doing what you started doing because you weren't really ready.
Yeah.
And
because I think life's going to happen. It happens for all of us. You know, illness, death, things happen.
yeah,
And you know what? It's going to happen. So, are you going to be ready for it? Yeah, you'll be ready. You'll have a plan. We'll talk about that too as we go along.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Great, really quick, I just want to do this because it's just happened yesterday. Talking about your why, I was with a lady and she told me, she said, Kate, I've lost 36 pounds. I was like, holy cow, I said, that's awesome. And actually thinking of us doing this tomorrow, I said, can I ask you why? What motivated you to lose 36 pounds? And she said, well, my doctor told me that he needed to put me on medication for diabetes. And she said, you know what? She goes, it makes me emotional. She goes, I know what comes with that. She goes, I don't want to lose a limb. I don't want, and she started listing all of these things. She goes, I'm not going to be that person. She goes, that is not me. She goes, I can't tell you how I got here, but I'm turning around and I don't want to keep continuing this. But I was like, that's your why. But that was her why. She doesn't want to keep down that path. So I wanted to share that story because it just happened to me yesterday and I was like, that's the key right there. Create new habits. How do you lose weight for good? You create new habits. You guys, you can't continue what you're doing and expect different results, right? I can't keep doing what I'm doing and think, well, it'll work this time. Yeah, it probably won't if you're still doing the same thing.
Yeah. So I think also too, one thing that I coach a lot of that we always, when we sit down and talk to clients or potential clients is looking at your month. I always like to do a month, 30 days. So what can you do over the next 30 days? So if you brought, and I'm going to pick on her, she's in the audience right now, but Christy Stianga is one of my clients. She's back in the back. I told her I wouldn't, but I have to. So what I'll do is I'll literally put a calendar out, and I'll say, okay, let's look at your week, let's look at your month, let's see what you can actually schedule your workout times. Let's look at your middles, let's look at everything. Okay, let's look at the days, let's see I'm scheduled at this time, I'm going to work out at 5:30, I'm going to plan my meals exactly, I'm going to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and that's it. I'm not going to go for 5 meals. I'm just going to keep it as simple as possible. And you can kind of feel like in the air, kind of get a little more relaxed. You mean I don't have to eat chicken breast and broccoli and have my salads to lose weight? No, you don't. Plan.
Yeah, you gotta plan, make a plan. We sit down at the beginning of the week, we say, all right, what are we eating this week? You know, we go to Sam's Club, we go to Walmart, all on Sunday, we get everything we need, and that's what we have for the week. It's not, I just can't, well, and especially with the 4 of those guys, our kid, I can't spontaneously make decisions, because if I spontaneously make decisions, it's going to be whatever's fastest. Because if it's spontaneous, that probably doesn't mean that I'm going to go home and cook a pot roast, right? That's not spontaneous. So you have to make the plan and really write it out.
Yeah, write it out, put it on the calendar.
Write it out. When am I going to go for a walk? When am I going to go to the gym? What am I going to eat? You've got to create new habits and make good plans.
Yeah, because if you're scheduling it, like I said about her, when I know that my clients aren't getting the results that they want, I go, let's reel it back in. Come on, let's get that calendar back out, let's write it out, let's see what we're going to accomplish this week. How are we going to plan this? What are you eating? What's your week look like? Have you got to the gym? So that's what we got to do. We got to plan it, guys. We're going to get back on that plan schedule.
Yeah.
Need some water.
Oh, I brought some.
Please.
Identify your bad habits and behaviors. Identifying the problem is half the battle. If you don't realize where your problems are coming from, how are you going to fix it? Okay? The things like trouble times of the day. I know for certain when I get home from work, the first thing I want to do is grab something to eat. While I'm making dinner, of course, and if the kids come in the pantry and say, Mom, no you can't, I'm like, well look at me, because I'm over here. And we all do things, but I know that that's a problem time of the day for me, is right when I get home from work. So what do I do? Okay, well if I know, and I usually am truly hungry at that time, well, what do I have available? Little carrot sticks. So I buy the big bag at Sam's of the carrots, because really it's just this. It's not really that I just want to, sometimes it's just the habit. So what am I going to have in place so that if I do get this desire, what can I stick in my mouth instead of something that I shouldn't? But you have to identify the times. Can any of you guys, can you think of a time of day that's worse than others for all you? Yeah. Or something that sparks, you know, like something happens and you immediately want to go to that jar or that whatever it is, you know, where you have the little snacks. Identify those things.
Yeah, you change your habits, you'll change your life. You really will.
Yeah.
You really will.
Yeah, how do you plan to make a change when you have some behaviors? Your environment. This is huge. This is super, super huge. You have to set yourself up for success at home and at work. Guys, sometimes work can be one of the hardest places because you're like, yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to start this, and then you have that coworker that's like, really? When they're all walking down to the cafeteria and you go pull out the food that you brought from your meal plan for that day and you bring it out and you're like, really? Really, that's what you're going to eat? And they belittle you. Have you guys experienced that? Isn't that crazy? Because I just find it funny how when we're trying to be successful, the people who aren't want to squash that because they're not doing it, so they see you doing it. And I've experienced that for years. Oh, what are you doing today, Kate? Oh, let me guess. What? You going to the gym? Oh, what are you? You know, it's rude. But people do it all the time. It's like, don't steal my thunder. You pull that meal plan food out of that fridge and you eat it with pride. Don't let anyone take that away from you. Because it is. People get, I don't know. So you have to set yourself up for both work and at the house.
Well, yeah, even for me and you, I know the big thing is too, for both of us, if we're on the same page, we're rocking.
Oh man.
Man, in our environment at home, if I'm ready to shed a little bit, and yes, I there's times that I am off the wagon, just like anybody else. We do. But if you're going and I'm not going, I kind of am like, man, the same thing. But you have to be on the same page. I think also too, spouses. If you're a spouse, if you're anything like that, spouses are a big thing. I get the question a lot on social media is like, what do I do with my spouse? Like in that type of environment, how do I get them motivated? You remember what I said earlier about it has to start with you? It's got to start with you. With your spouse, that's like the number one question that I get a lot. It's going to start with you. You can only work. You got to draw a little circle around you, and then work on you, and they'll catch on. They will. They really will. You be the most positive person ever, and they'll catch on with it. Because I think that environment that they see you in, your friends are the same thing. We don't really have very many like close friends, right? Because it's kind of hard. We're pretty intense. I know I'm intense. I look out at the audience, everybody's like, oh no, what's he gonna say?
Yeah.
But I am, because I really am a no nonsense. Like if you really want to change, I'm gonna tell you exactly what to do. Like if you really want to make that happen, here's the steps. If you don't want to do it, okay. But you have to. You got to go. Okay, I'm ready to go. All right, so let's keep going. You fell off, but I understand. Let's keep going. Type of thing. So.
Yeah. You guys, that's another thing. When you fall off, it's not a permanent fall.
Yeah.
Okay? I hear that too. Let's go back to the beginning of the year, the New Year's resolution thing. Well, say 2 weeks in, man, all of our friends, we went out and had a big barbecue and I blew it. I'm done. No, you're not. It's one day. You know, even if you're off for a week, so what? You just pick right back up where you started. You know, don't look at those as defeats. Look at those as being a human being.
Right.
You know, but people will take that and then they'll just, well, I'm done. I know, don't be done. Just pick up again.
It's never over. It's never over.
Yeah.
Hills and valleys. Hills and valleys.
Yeah. But even at home, a lot of people ask, well, with all the kids, how is that? And they know this is mom's gym time. They know that I rarely eat the same thing, well, because I make fun of my big salads. Usually every night for dinner, I love salads. And the kids just know that's just what mom eats. And communicate with your family. Hey guys, this is what's important to me. This is what I really want to do. I want your support. Invite them in on that. You know, I love that my kids know that mom's gym time is very important to her. And they know if I don't go to the gym, they like me to go to the gym.
It's true. And with the food too, they really don't. They don't say anything. There's no negativity. Oh, this again. Oh, vegetables again.
Yeah.
We throw in the chicken nuggets. That's your treat, right? We throw that in there, but it's still.
Yeah.
Our 5-year-old, he's like, Dad, can I have your broccoli? You're not normal, but okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, you just have to be realistic.
And the kids know we eat simple. They're like, what do you feed your kids? A protein and a vegetable. Because people think, oh, it's so hard to eat healthy. No, it's really not. We grill a bunch of meat on Sunday, grill up some meat, throw it in the fridge. You know those frozen vegetables in the bag? You throw that sucker in the microwave, it's done in like 7 minutes. Yeah. It's amazing. But our kids know they're going to get vegetables out of a microwave and they're going to have a heated up protein.
And that's, it's true.
And that's what you get. I don't have time. I don't have time to make a big meal.
And y'all don't either.
Know that.
And y'all don't
Yeah,
either.
y'all don't either.
You don't either.
You know?
You gotta keep it simple.
Yeah, very, very simple.
Woo!
Oh, so here's some, this is huge. Clean out the pantry. It goes back to when, if it's there, hello.
You're gonna eat it.
You're gonna eat it.
I want you.
One thing I know I can't buy, I can't have cereal in the house. I can't do it. I could eat cereal, and then if there's even that much milk left, I'm pouring more cereal in it. And then, I cannot have cereal in the house. If the kids ever ask for it, I buy those individual boxes of it if the kids ever want some, but I buy those little, you know, I'm talking about where it comes in like a package of the little boxes because I can't open cereal. And I know that's a downfall of mine, so I just...
Well, that's your trigger food. That's a trigger.
Yeah.
For me, it's chips. I love chips. I cannot go down the aisle. If we're at Walmart and I see that chip aisle, she's like pushing me. You know, you're going down that chip aisle, you say, any chip, I don't care what it is, give me some little jalapeno on it, a little spice, I'm ready to go.
Yeah. And he'll eat the whole bag.
And I will, I won't stop. That's my trigger.
Okay.
I will not buy them.
I'll eat the whole box of cereal. He'll eat
So
the
if she
whole
says
bag.
cereal, I'm like,
No, you even told me. I've been in, well, this one looks good.
no.
Keep walking.
Keep going, girl.
walking.
Keep going.
And thank goodness, because, and I like that we can hold each other accountable for that. But yeah, just don't buy it. Don't buy it. And like I said with the kids stuff, kids do, I don't know how many of y'all, if y'all have little kids at home, but really my way of doing that is always just buying individual bags, the little individual servings. I don't get things where you're opening up the box of, say you get the big thing of the goldfish, the big bag of it. No, I get the little bags just because it's safer.
And we're not cutting anything out. Everything in moderation. Okay, we're not
Oh, yeah.
we're not eliminating anything. Same thing with the chips. I literally will go right there, check out. Oh, there's some little spicy little chips right here. Just a little one. That's it.
Because it's not that you can't have it.
Yeah,
It's just that
exactly.
you can't have a whole surplus supply of it.
Yep.
I can't have the Sam's, my Sam's load of it. And
Man, they put them right there at the front too.
Oh, yeah.
Every flavor you
Yes.
can ever imagine.
Oh, same thing with nuts.
Mm.
Guys, yes, nuts are healthy, but nuts are crammed full of calories. So again, if you're gonna have nuts, almonds, things like that in your diet, buy the individual bags because those calories add up faster than you can believe. And I think I'm gonna hit on this a little bit later about, but just avoid the temptations.
You know what they are.
Yeah.
You know what they are.
I like this one, place yourself in situations to feel empowered. Whether that be you get a group of friends, that are kind of like-minded, that are doing what you're doing, but set yourself up in places where you feel good about your choices. That's why I do love going to the gym, because it's a bunch of people who are there to try to be better, right? So I love going to the gym because I love that environment, because we're trying to, no matter where you are in your journey, we all have that same kind of frame of mind. So if you aren't part of a gym, you might, like I said, find a friend group or find some kind of environment that will make you feel empowered, because we all need to feel uplifted and like we're on the right path. We're not just all alone out there trying to do this.
Yeah.
Take care of you.
It's a big one.
We're gonna, yeah.
So
go
everybody
ahead.
here, right? Healthcare. Everybody's in the healthcare. I'm assuming, right? If you're here, you work with a hospital. This is a big one. You got to take care of yourself, right? You guys know. If you can't take care of you, how can you take care of yourself? You have to be selfish. Selfish. It's okay. It's a good word, right? I think that's a big one. Take care of you.
Yeah.
You got to take care of yourself first. If I don't take care of me, I can't take care of you, right?
Oh, for sure. Well, it's like the kids saying, "Mom, please exercise or something," because they know.
Yeah, it's true. Oh, it's not true.
That's true. But they know if Mom's taking care of herself and she feels like she is doing what she needs to do, she's so much more pleasant for everyone.
It really is. Happy wife, happy life.
Well, but also,
True, right? Yeah.
but on the airplane, who do they say to bag first? When you put on the little bag, you got to bag you first, then you take care of the other people. Because it's just true. You cannot be the best you if you're not taking care of you. And then that means that you can't be the best for everybody else,
Right.
in your life. That's just how it works. If I feel cruddy about myself, if I feel bad, and how am I going to uplift him? Hey babe, how's your day?
Yeah.
There's nothing. So you have to renew you.
Absolutely.
And that goes in many aspects of life.
Everything.
So how can you do better? How can you do better? Really ask yourself that question. So there's a lot of ways that how can I do better? All these lists. But if we're just thinking of health and fitness or your eating habits, really ask yourself, how can I really be better? Look at those things. Like, what are you choosing to eat at meals and at snack time? So when you do eat your meals, what are you eating? So let's say, okay, I'm walking up, I'm gonna go to the cafeteria today, and look at let me look at my selections. Okay, ask yourself, what is the best choice? Okay, there's a time for pizza, there's a time for hamburgers, there's darn sure a time for a margarita. Okay?
I'll let them serve that.
Yeah, right? I mean, can't we get that? But the thing is there's time for fun foods. There's time for those enjoyment times. You know when they are, when you're out with friends or with your family, and there are those moments. But as a general rule, we kind of live by the 80-20 rule.
Yep.
80% of the time, we're spot on. Monday through Thursday, man, I'm like, I eat the same thing all the time. Because food, all it is fuel. Okay, that's all it is. It's just gasoline for my car. Okay, I don't need the fancy grade gas. I don't need the fun gas. I just need to fuel myself. So Monday through Thursday, brutal. Same thing. I like to eat the same thing because then I don't even have to think about it. So I don't have time to think about it. So I do the same thing.
You just do it, yeah, it's simplicity, yeah.
But yeah, so when you go up to the cafeteria, just look, okay, what is my best option? Now, if I get that salad, what I don't want to happen is I get this beautiful salad with all these veggies and then I just, I know how to fix this flavor. I'll just smear a bunch of ranch all over it. And then, just douse 1,000 calories on it, and then you're better off getting the burger. So there's still things you have to be careful of, even when you are making the healthy choice. Don't, like I said with the nuts, don't throw mountains of nuts on it and stuff. So you still have to be, have to be cautious.
Still got to be mindful about it.
Yes,
Sure.
and here's that healthy foods that can be deceiving. You have to know the facts. You guys, all these healthy, those little drinks, these smoothie drinks and this and that, everything now is labeled as healthy. Oh, it's organic. It's healthy.
Natural.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's
It's all
natural.
natural.
That doesn't mean that the calories are low.
Calories still
Okay.
count. They still count. So another one too would be, well, I went from a Dr. Pepper to sweet tea. I cut out Coke.
Oh, yes.
Well, actually, you just switched it for the same amount of calories. Just
Or
different
even
flavor.
more
It's not
sometimes.
carbonated anymore, right?
Right.
So or even more too, maybe have more. Well, diet's bad. Diet's a bad thing. The aspartame. No, it's the calories.
Yeah.
It's going to come back to calories, guys, all the time. How many calories? I'm not saying starve yourself. That's not, because you're not going to be able to crush your workouts, right? You're not going to be able to be a mom, be a dad, be a...
When you're starving
anything.
yourself.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to do any of that things.
No.
So just be more mindful of it. You guys know, you guys are all adults in here. You probably raised kids, grandkids, the whole thing, so you got to be smart about it.
Yeah. One question, just going on the soda thing, one person I asked, I was like, can you just try to switch to diet?
Yep.
Just, because they're like, it's that I have to have it thing. Okay, well, can we start to switch you over to maybe a diet drink? So what she did was, over time she got a diet. I said, go get a 2 liter of diet and a 2 liter of regular. And you're just gonna start slowly, because her soda drinking was religious and she'd go through. So she started the switch. So she gradually weaned herself, because it's all the taste. And I get that. So she weaned herself off, and she just did the half until she got used to the diet. Then once we weaned to the diet, I say, okay, now, because remember, it's baby steps. If I just say, well, you can't ever have soda again, really? And I love Coke Zero, so
Yes.
I do drink diet drinks. So it's baby steps. You can't say, well, I'm totally taking that away from you. Well, that's just kind of setting you up sometimes for failure if you just rip it away. So you can just kind of wean off of it sometimes. Yeah, but know the facts. Look it up. Look at the nutrition label. You're going to be floored at how much sugar a lot of stuff has. Floored. Oh, this is a healthy drink. What?
Well, it's even what is it? It's had it in my head. It's a green drink. You can get it next to the vegetables. It's a veggie drink. Oh gosh, I just had it.
Oh,
Oh man, it's like a natural something. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go look.
We look at this stuff all the time.
So I look at it every time we go to the grocery store. And again, like when you go to that grocery store, stay on the outskirts if you can. That's just a little tip. If you go down the aisles, that chip aisle, like I told you about, remember, try to stay on the outside because you have all your meats, you have your protein, you have your vegetables, type of thing. So I turned it around, I looked at it. My grandmother had cancer. So I'm not talking ill of any physicians or anything like that, but They told her to get more veggies. So what she did is she went and she was drinking these drinks. And I said, I call her Mamo. So I said, Mamo, what are you doing drinking these drinks? Like, do you have any idea? So I went and looked at it. 52 grams of sugar. She's diabetic. Has cancer. Right? So I was like, man, I failed you already. Oh, man. How can we tell them this? And it hits my heart because...
No, I know.
Big time. So just be aware. Turn around. Try to stay with 0 as much as you can. Lower your calorie intake and you'll be fine. You'll be good.
Yeah. So how many calories per day? I always use the gas tank visual because I'm real big, especially when you're first starting on logging your food. The MyFitnessPal app, there's a million apps now that you can use to log your food because I think a lot of times we just legitimately don't know. Like, I think the first thing people, when they do their food logs, they're floored. And they're like, I had no idea this is how many calories I was eating a day. And I was like, you see? Because I just can't lose weight. I just can't lose weight. And I'll say, okay, log your food, everything you put in your mouth for just 1 week. 1 week, that's it. Do that for a week. They come back the next week and they're just blown away. And I said, this is why. No, it's not your thyroid. No, it's not your metabolism. No, it's just you're putting too much gas in your tank. You're putting too many calories. Because what does your body do if I put too much gas in? It just says, okay, I'll hold on to this. And when you need it later, it'll be here for you. Right? So, and same thing too, you guys, if you're burning more calories than you're putting in, obviously think about your gas tank, you know? I can't drive to Dallas if I only have a half tank of gas. You know, it's just using that kind of thought process. You can't, to lose, you have to have fewer calories than you're burning. And people think, well, I'm eating, what is it? I'm eating too much.
Oh yeah, I'm eating.
Or I'm not eating enough.
I'm in starvation mode. And the analogy I always like to use is Castaway. You guys seen the movie Castaway? Y'all remember Tom Hanks? So Tom Hanks, at the beginning of the movie, he's a little larger, right? So he doesn't have any food throughout the entire movie. By the end of the movie, he's a little bit smaller. And I know it's Hollywood, but there's no such thing as starvation mode, right? Give yourself some time. Give yourself a little bit of time, and you'll be all right. I mean, calories. And don't eat 1,200 calories. I don't know where 1,200 came from. I have no idea where the number 12. I hear that all the time too.
1,200.
1,200 calories. I'm eating 1,200 calories. I'm not losing any weight. Well, let's log your food, right? You guys, I've done it. You've done it, right?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know where it came from, but they said, anyways. But just make sure when she was saying, log your food throughout the week, and you'll be so surprised. If you just log your food, cut out at least 500 calories, you'll be on your way, big time.
Yeah, and guys, don't eat nothing. You know, back, I don't know when it was, what diet it was, but they were doing like the shots and eating like 500 calories a day. Don't ever deplete your body like that, in that way. I mean, obviously, is that something I can maintain forever?
No.
No, that's crazy.
And you won't be happy.
No, you need to eat enough where you feel, if I'm eating so low that I'm walking around like that, that's where your metabolism starts to fall. Because if you're not feeling your body right, how do you feel? So how much energy am I burning now? Like nothing, because I can't even move. So yes, that's when I'm not eating enough to keep my body, I'm not burning anything because I can't walk, you know?
Just exhaust. It's nothing but exhaust coming out.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah. Your support system.
That's the big one.
Yep.
I really do believe this. I don't know where I heard it. I'm sure someone said it before. I'm sure a lot of people have said this. You really are the 5 people. I truly believe that you surround yourself with. You got to look at who you're around. What are they doing? How are they living? This is in all areas.
Yeah.
She's my best friend. I only hang out with her. I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Like there's a few people that I surround myself with. If I'm not getting better, so I work out with a group of guys over there. I'm not as young as I used to be. I know this. So they're 21, 22 years old, and they push me. They destroy me. If you guys know Blake, Caleb, that work at the health club, I don't know if you guys remember, but go in there. I call him the Hulk, and I call him Captain America, and I'm Ant-Man. Okay. All right. Just try to stay along. I got to do some things, but it really pushes me. It helps me because I want to be that one day when we have grandkids. I'm telling you, and I said it today on the podcast. I said, that 15-year-old grandkid, when he steps up to me, I'm going to go right back at him. Because I want to, let's go, let's do it. And that's the mentality I want for you guys too, in everything that you do, is just to have that mentality of being a superhero, right? You are superheroes to me, I think that. So you really, this is something I live by, this is something I tell the kids, and I've told them this. If your friends are smoking marijuana, smoking weed, smoking pot, whatever you want to call it, guess what? And you don't, you're going to. You will. They smoke cigarettes, you're going to. They drink, you're going to. I really do.
Yeah.
I just live by that big time.
Yeah.
If you want to be even better, you want to lose weight, find people that are on the same path, right? Big time.
Yeah, for sure. No more
No more negativity.
toxicity. How do you say toxicity?
Do we spell it right?
Toxicity.
Did I spell it right?
How do you say that word?
Toxicity.
Toxicity.
You're at
Toxic.
That's not good. I can't, yeah. No more toxic stuff in your life.
No more.
We have way too much toxic stuff. Whether it's that person on social media that you can't stand when you see their posts, whether it's that person at work that, you know, just always seems to be negative, remove as much of that out of your life as possible. You know, just surround yourself with the good and the people that will help you become a better person.
Yep.
And again, let people know your goals. If that lady at work is giving you mess for pulling out your food prep, let her know, say, hey, you know what? I've got some goals going on. Let me tell you about what I got. Let people know. You know, talk about her being like, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that'll quiet him up real quick.
Yeah.
You know, hey, I'm trying to better myself. I'm trying to make myself healthier. I'm trying to be a better me. What are people going to say to that? Like, I apologize. Please be a better you.
Yeah, let
you
everyone
know?
know.
Yeah, don't
let
be
your
afraid.
family know, especially. Because when you
Yeah.
guys go out to eat and you pick this, something healthy, right? You pick something a little lighter, they pick something a little heavier, and they look over, why are you eating that? Why are you doing, oh, she's on a diet. Let them know what you're doing, let them know. Because I know deep down, they want it too, right? They want that. That's why, man. If you're spending this, that's what's in your heart.
Yeah.
You're spending bad things, toxicity. I think I said it right.
You're better. You keep saying that.
Toxicity.
Yeah, that's good. And you gotta have fun.
Oh, fun.
You have to have fun. If you're gonna exercise, do something that you enjoy. Whether it's
So yeah, Courtney, Christy, Wendy, April, we have fun, right? We've had fun. You guys have fun? I mean, I'm constantly talking smack at you, making you work a little bit, but you do have to have fun.
yeah.
You really do. I mean, if you're gonna do it all the time, there's no point in going somewhere and not having a good time.
Right.
What do you think?
Yeah, I
Good
think
time?
that's right. Yeah, you gotta have a good time all the time. But and at first, when you first get started, like this is gonna be awful, you know. Of course, but hopefully you've gotten in the frame of mind
Right.
that you're like, I'm doing this because it's gonna feel so much better. I've never heard a single person do a workout, no matter if it's walking around your block or going and doing something. I've never heard someone say, man, I really wish I didn't do that. Have you
That's
ever,
true.
you know? Who says, man, I wish I didn't do that workout? You know what? You might be sore and you might be feeling it, but by golly, how do you feel after you've done that? You feel uplifted, you feel accomplished. You look in the mirror and you say, yes, I did it. You know, I defeated the odds. I went and did something that made me uncomfortable.
Yep.
People are too afraid to be uncomfortable. It's like, heaven forbid, you know, but they do it. It's like, man, this felt so good. So feel excited to get uncomfortable, you know, because all that means is change. You know, when you feel those muscles, you're like, oh, like, yes, they're growing. They're getting stronger. Like,
Look at that life.
yes, never gets old.
But have fun at home,
Yes.
gym. Find people. Like I said, I got the Hulk and Captain America. Find your Hulk. Find your Captain America, Captain Marvel, whoever. I like. As you can tell, I like superheroes. So.
Yeah, it's got to be something you enjoy. This is Dr. Stuart Martin.
Thank you, Mark.
Uh,
He just delivered the baby, I guess.
oh yeah, did you just deliver that?
Is that you?
Was that yours? But this is a lifestyle. It's a journey. It's not a tomorrow thing. People get in thinking, well, I've got to get this off in 1 week, and I'm going to do this, and in this, it's like this. I'm like, no, this is your life. Like, it's a lifestyle. It's a journey. It's not a,
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Right.
It really is. It takes time. It takes time, dedication, discipline, devotion. How many words can we put in here?
Yeah.
But it definitely takes time. Give yourself time. And another thing too, give yourself permission. You're gonna fail. That we all do, right? That's what we do with our kids. That's what we do with grandkids. Anybody, we give your permission, man. That you're not perfect. We put that there. You did.
Be patient.
You're not
You aren't
perfect. I'm not perfect. She's not perfect. Nobody's perfect.
No.
You can't be perfect in your diet. You never will be. You won't. In your workouts, you won't. Just have fun. Go ahead. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, I just say, even I go through seasons where, there's some I'm like, I am full throttle, heavy, push it to the,
Push it to the limit.
yeah. And then I go through seasons that I'm tired. And I just show up, but I just show up. I might not show up with the, and people are like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, but I'm here. And that's okay to have those, we all have seasons. It's like, I don't know why I feel like as humans, we think that we need to be on cloud 9 all the time. That's not true, and it's the same for your life. You're gonna go through things, but just, if you strike, you just get back on. And you strain, you get back on. So we're not perfect.
Yep.
And people think fitness, and it's like this picture of perfection, because we see all these pictures of these perfect bodied people, and they're this perfect, and they never eat anything bad, and they never do these things, and that's not real.
It's not life.
Right.
It's not life.
Yeah. Wow.
Is that all of them?
Is that it? Now let's go through the presentation backwards.
I guess that's it.
That was it.
That was it.
Are there any questions? Now we have some time. If there's questions, if you guys need, someday we should come back and we can do a very specific of, you can get really specific in things. But I just think we wanted to touch on losing weight for good. What was our
5 steps or 5 tips.
Yeah, to lose the fat for good. But it's about changing your lifestyle. If you really want to lose weight for good, it's about changing those things in your life.
Yep.
How many people, it's like, oh, I've got a wedding to go to, so for the next 2 months, I'm going to starve myself, and I'm going to hit the treadmill every day. That's not a lifestyle change, right? So you wonder, well, why did I gain all this back after the wedding? Well, let me guess, because you weren't changing your lifestyle. You're just doing a quick fix to get into a dress, or a whatever. So it's to lose it for good. It's truly just really making those changes. But I want to open up. Do you have anything else you want to say?
No, I think that's everything. We definitely went through the 5 steps.
Yeah.
But like I said earlier, guys, I don't know if you're on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, Snapchat, whatever you guys are doing, but we're everywhere. So if you ever have any questions, if you're not going to ask questions today, please ask questions later. If you have questions about anything. I've answered thousands of questions, things that I was like, what? I had to look it up and ask someone else too. So I will find the answer. If you guys have any questions, but please follow us. We have workouts. If you don't know how to work out, there's tutorials on YouTube, everywhere, anywhere and everywhere. And that says Bustos, B-U-S-T-O-S, not Bustos, not, I don't even, Boo, whatever.
Yeah.
But I always have to spell it B as in boy, U-S-T-O-S.
Yes.
So, but if you guys have any questions, that's pretty much what.
Yeah, really, log your food. Log your food. Today I want you to start. I want you to take a week, and I want you to be super honest with yourself. Write down everything you put in your mouth. Okay? That's my number one. If you have an app, the little MyFitnessPal, now you can even just get the thing on the bag or whatever. Boop, there it is. It's just that easy. So download MyFitnessPal, whatever it is, and for a week, log, and look at what you're doing.
Yep.
And then number 2 is watch the drinks. Drinks catch up to you faster than you realize, so really, really watch the drinks.
How big a deal they talk about eating little snacks throughout the day just to kind of keep things burning in you? How do y'all feel about that?
I am a snacker. I like to eat things throughout the day. I think it's so individual.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
is.
I don't like to eat big meals. Like
I do. I'm a big one.
he loves big meals. So he loves to eat a big breakfast.
Big lunch, big dinner.
Yeah, so he's more of that set time for meals. I like to eat kind of a little as I go through the day. That's just my preference. So really, I think it's whatever works best for you. I say if I'm allowing myself 1,500 calories for today, that's my allowance. I can spread it out however I want. It doesn't matter. And guys, by the way, it doesn't matter. A calorie is a calorie at 9 in the morning and 9 at night. Okay? It's not like, oh, my body's asleep. Oh, well, I'm going to store that calorie. It doesn't work like that. So it's over a day. This is my daily allowance. Eat it whenever you want. But I do feel like I get, for my body, I feel a little more energized through the day if I kind of feed. Where
I gotta eat. Like if we're off together, if we have a day off and we're hanging out, I'm like, God, are we gonna eat lunch? I gotta eat something.
And I'm over here like, do-do-do.
Oh no, I just had a little snack.
I just had an apple.
I gotta have my protein, I gotta have my vegetable, I gotta have the biggest meal possible in order, because that's just me, I gotta have that. My allowance is higher than yours, so
Right.
I'm bigger.
Yeah. So I think that's, if it feels better for you, if you feel like it keeps your energy up, then go for it. But if it doesn't really, you're like, either way.
And adding to that too, you gotta do what works best for you. I know there's keto, paleo, Atkins. How many diets are there? There's probably 55,000 or more, or even more than that. It all works, every single thing, but it has to work for you. So if your friend's doing it, it's probably working for them, but it's not gonna work for you. It may not. So you have to figure out what works in your life.
Because all these diets come down to one thing. I'm putting less calories in.
That's it. Funnel.
Then I'm burning more calories than I'm putting in. Every diet sits in the same funnel.
Even the cabbage one, or the soup, or
the cabbage
which
soup.
one did we try that one time? It was like eat soup for 3 days, and we were like, let's just try it. Let's see what it was. The
Let's
worst
just see
one
how
ever.
it feels. Oh, it was terrible.
I felt terrible. You were mad at me like the most of the time.
Yeah, it was bad. I don't know, we've been on a big trip and I was like, we need a detox.
Let's try it. Let's just shoot it.
Yeah.
Because we do. We try different things because we want to know what it feels like, so we can go, this is what we did.
It was like, yeah, this is not for me.
Yeah. So everything we told you guys today is exactly what we do. This is exactly what we do. We've tried so many things. We've done this a long time. So, but again, it's just going to come back to you. What's going to work best for you?
Any other questions?
I was just gonna say, the flip side of logging everything you eat is to write it down beforehand.
Yes.
I've been doing this a long time too, and I have a habit of writing down everything I'm gonna eat for the whole day. That morning before breakfast, when I say this is what I have at 7 and 9:30, I eat those small meals. Okay, here's what's going in that slot, and if I have that, I just put it on a sticky note and I throw it in my purse and bring it to work.
Yes.
You know, watch it. But it's like I can eat the same thing, but if I don't log it, my weights will start, I don't know, I slip. But if I write it down ahead of time and I stick with my plan,
Right.
rather than logging it after I ate it, that doesn't really
Yes.
help me.
That's awesome.
Yes. I agree.
So-
It needs to be a premeditated?
Pre-log.
Yeah. Don't eat it. Exactly. Don't eat that thing and then, oh, now I'll put it in. And then you're like, oh, but I love the menu for the day. That's how I work too.
Oh yeah, big time.
I write it all out so I know my menu for the day. I know what my numbers are for the day, and then that's
And
what I
like you
eat.
say, I don't have to think about it
Mhm.
anymore.
Right.
It's like I've kind of worn the same thing I worked for years. And I'm gonna have on slacks and turtlenecks, I don't
Yes.
have to every morning get up and go, oh,
What am I gonna eat
Because
today?
I have my things that I can mix and match, but I know what's
Yes.
coming ahead of time.
And you guys will be amazed at how, when everything's planned out, it just eases your mind. When you don't have to think about it, it just removes all that stress. It's right here. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm eating. It just really does just eliminate that stress.
Yeah, you only have so much brain power. I get made fun of because I wear black all the time. I know that's the uniform. That's also my clothing outside of here as well. Like I'll go to my closet, and this is another example of keeping it simple. I'll look at my closet and I'll go, man, I really don't. Same shirt, same jeans, same black, same thing. Because I don't have time. Like This is, I tell everybody, this is only about 6 gigabytes in here. That's it. That's all I got. I don't have any more room for nothing else. I don't know about y'all, how big memory you guys have, but I really do, your hard drive. But I really do think that keep it as simple as you can. And I like that. I really do.
Yeah, and don't get, well, I have to eat all organic. I have to eat all, no. You know, it's just weight loss. You don't have to get the fanciest stuff. You know, you don't have to get the most expensive chicken breast on the shelf. Just get a chicken breast. You know?
Yeah,
I hear that too.
yeah.
People go, well, I don't want to lose weight. It's too expensive. No, it's really not. Don't make it fancy. You know? Yeah. What else? What else?
Can I say one more thing?
Sure.
Yes.
Mindless eating. Like I've struggled with years trying to decouple eating from watching TV.
Oh,
Like
yes.
I can't watch TV without having food, or a movie, those movies,
Mhm.
without having something in my hand.
Yes.
So I've tried for years to decouple that and then try to be mindful
Mm-hmm.
and not have any other stimulus. When I'm eating, that's just my time with my food.
Yes.
It's that relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And they say like sitting down to eat, like when I'm eating, it's a purposeful decision to eat right now. Yes.
Yeah, TV's
That's
off.
But I still
Yeah.
struggle. I mean,
Yeah.
I still.
Oh, it's a constant, well, it's like when people quit smoking. It's not really, it's this motion that's
Yeah.
hard. It's when you get in the car and it's like, you know, now it's just that action. Same thing with food. We relate, I'm doing this, so I should be doing this, and it is trying to make that removal. So my thing is, like I was saying, I love first thing I do when I get home, I want to eat.
Mhm.
So I know if that want is strong, I have my little bag of carrots, you know, so I don't go to the pantry and get the little Pop-Tart bites that are there. Yes, my kids eat Pop-Tart bites. They're like, do you have everything healthy in your house? I'm like, no. Because they're kids, you know, but I have carrot sticks. So I have something when that urge just comes that I have a go-to that's just when I want to do this.
Mhm.
Because that's normal. I mean, we all have those times.
I'll throw this out there. If you get hungry, just do about 20 burpees and, you know, it'll change
Yeah.
you real fast,
Only a
right?
couple of flights of
Yeah.
stairs.
Yeah.
Right. Just start doing the high knees, you know.
And here's another thing too. It's okay to be hungry. Okay, it's okay to hear this, you know, a little growling here and there. It's okay. Drink some water. You'll be all right. That's one thing I say. It's all right. We're okay. We're not going to starve. Nobody in here is. I'm not. I don't know about you. Nobody's starving, right? So I think we're okay.
Yeah, we'll be all
So,
right.
Just one thing I just need to leave you with is keep it simple, guys. Keep it simple. Be patient. Have fun, and come and find us if you ever have any questions. We're at the Health Club all the time. Questions. Well, we love questions.
And really, y'all can get send us a message, slide in our DMs. Like
Ooh.
we love questions. It's what we love. It's what we love.
You
to
can
do.
work out with us. You can come do burpees with us.
Yeah.
Do some box jumps.
Yeah.
You know, deadlift. Whatever you guys want to do, we'll do it.
And remember, guys, when you start working out, you don't start box jumps day one. Sometimes, a lot of people won't start because they say, "Well, I can't do that." Well, I don't want to do a burpee. You don't start there. You start where you are.
Right.
People are afraid to step in because they see it and they're like, well, I can't do that. I even remember, and I love fitness, but I don't know why I was always afraid of box jumps. I don't know why I was, so I started. I'm like, I've been working out for years in box jumps, so I started on the little box. You know, you start stepping up, and then you start jumping, and then I got this size. Now I moved it up, and now I'm like amazed that I can jump. But I didn't start here. People look at the end result, and they think that that's where they're starting. I'm like, that's not where you begin. You begin right where you are. And that's exactly where you should start.
Yep.
You know, people, well, I don't want to go to the gym, or I'm going to get fit and then I'm going to go to a gym.
Oh, man, that's the worst.
I'm gonna start losing weight and then I'll go. No. Because you've got to surround yourself with these people that are like-minded like you, and that everybody's there. I don't care if you weigh 5,000 pounds or if you weigh, hopefully not 50 pounds, that's way too low, but 150 pounds. I don't care where you are, we all come to a place together to try to be better and to try to be healthy. So don't ever think that people, I don't want to step in a gym. We're all there to be better. So whoever, if I saw anyone walk into the gym like, oh, why didn't they lose weight before they came? No, you're in the right place. Let's go. So wherever that is for you, we say gym, but you know, wherever that is, you really do, you have to surround yourself with that like-minded minded group to keep you going, because it is hard. It is hard.
Yeah, that community is a big deal.
Yeah.
It's a huge deal.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So we talked about, or you talked about the 1,200 number.
Yeah.
So let's say I do my thing and I'm eating 1,900 in a week. So where do I look? Do I try to lower it next week, 500 pounds or 500 calories, or where is there an ideal calorie count a woman should be doing, or how's that work? I mean, how do you figure that out?
The number I like to use, if you take your body weight right now, multiply by 12. So we'll do 200 times 12 is 2,400 calories. So let's just say I'll just use me. So 2,400 calories, that's your basal metabolic rate. So that's, if you sat there all day long, if I sat here, I burned 2,400 calories. Okay? So if I ate 500 less than that every single day for the next 7 days, I would lose a pound a week. Does that make sense? Okay, so take your weight, multiply times 12, 500. Don't go any less than that. Just start there. So just figure that out. Mine's 200 times 12, 2,400 calories. Subtract 500 from that, and then add your exercise. So here's another thing too. If you start exercising, so we got to add however many calories. We use our MyZone now, but I used to use the watch because there's not really a gauge. It's kind of hard to really gauge how many calories you're burning in the workout. So now we have to add an exercise. So let's say, what would you say, honey? 300, 400? Okay, so I'm going to take this again. So let's do it again. So 200 times 12, 2,400 calories. Now that I exercised, I'm going to add 300, so 2,700 now. Everybody still with me, kind of? So 2,700 minus 500. Okay, because you still have to account for that exercise a little bit.
Okay.
Just a little, just so you have enough energy. I hope that is clear.
Factor age in to that?
I really don't factor age in. The MyFitnessPal will, and so will the Lose It app. They're a lot better, but that's just kind of a, like off the top of my head, if I was telling you without an app, without anything, I would tell you exactly that.
But if you knew I've been taking in 1,900 calories and
Yeah.
that's where I've been, like that's what I've been doing, then I would say, okay, let's drop it about 300 next week. See how you feel. Okay. If you're like, man, I feel great. You know, at 16, maybe, okay, let's see. And if you start to see results, but I would say first maybe about 300 off that, and then slowly kind of removing from there. I don't typically, I think the 1,200 a day comes in where if you start getting below 1,200 a day,
You're going to get sluggish.
that's usually when people really start to feel, no matter where you are, you're really starting to feel pretty sluggish if you get below 1,200. So that's kind of my leery place is the 1,200 for women.
Yeah,
Yeah. Did that answer your question?
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And if not, you
You
can
can always
send us a message. You can slip in our DM.
And there's a lot of videos on there too, as far as you know, what to multiply with and different things like that. We've done Facebook Lives for forever. And if you go to our Facebook page too, we have old videos from 2017, 2016.
Yeah.
And we used to have a series, and we've done, I mean, we've talked about everything.
Yeah.
So, we tried it all.
Yeah. Anything else? No, that's okay.
No, that's all right. Thank you guys.
No, thank you so much. Go be empowered. Go love on yourself.
Yeah.